What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Coloration Media, bringing you yet another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle today against Darien. And today we are having a mono match. I almost said mixed tier match because I've just been doing so many mixed tier matches lately. But no, we're doing a mono match. And by mono match, I mean mono type. So I am bringing mono ground. I don't know what my opponent's bringing, but I'm hoping it's not grass or water or ice, because that would just be bad news, you know. And not a guaranteed loss, but, you know, pretty surefire loss if I'm at that much of a disadvantage. Anyway, before we get into the match today, I just want to remind you guys of our like goal for this video, which is 70 likes. So if we could break that, that would be absolutely fantastic. We've been doing a good job so far, and I want to thank you all for your support. As always, I say the same thing every video, but it just never gets old. I always, you know, have to thank you guys because you always have my back, and so I want to give you all a shout out every time that I can. Every time that it's possible. Anyway, let's see what my opponent is bringing. He's bringing Vaporeon, Politoed, Azumarill, Tentacruel, Rotom Wash, and Starmie because he has water. And that means that we're going to get absolutely screwed. I am bringing Flygon, Specs Flygon, by the way, Scarfed Nidoking. We are bringing Hippowdon because this is a sand team. And it's actually especially defensive Hippowdon, so it's a pretty decent mixed wall. We've got our physical wall, which is going to be our Torterra. And then we also have our Excadrill, which is going to be our sweeper with the Sand Rush ability. Just checking my Nidoking here to make sure that I have the right thing going on, because sometimes I bring the wrong Pokemon or give it the wrong item. I only have one Nidoking, but I thought for a second maybe I gave it Life Orb, but I did not. It is Scarfed. Just making sure. Anyway, our Excadrill is actually not holding a Life Orb. It's holding a Focus Sash, and that may come in handy in this battle. It really, really might, because with all these water types, it may need to take a hit. So, otherwise, it would not take a hit. And we're also bringing our Claydol, which is going to be our specially defensive Pokemon. So we may be able to take a Scald or two from one of his defensive Pokemon. Anyway, we're leading off with Flygon here. Specs Flygon, that's right, and it's packing the Giga Drain. So that is the thing. Unfortunately, my Nidoking is not packing the Thunderbolt, so that's going to be a huge problem. I've got Flamethrower and Ice Beam. I know Bolt Beam is better coverage, but usually my teams do better with Flamethrower, and it's not going to be the case this time. He starts off with Maytag, which is going to be his Rotom Wash. And I feel like I want to stay in here. And we're going to stay in. We're going to go for the Giga Drain, see how much it does. It should do a decent amount. Especially if this is a physically defensive Rotom. And you know what? I would bet money that he's going to go for a Will-O-Wisp right here to try to burn this thing, because he thinks I'm running standard Flygon. But little does he know, I don't usually run a team full of standard sets. Sometimes I have a few standard Pokemon, but there's usually one or two in there that I creep in there that are not standard. And this is one of them. He does go for the Will-O-Wisp, so we're going to get a free Giga Drain off on this thing. And it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. Look at that damage. Look at that damage. It almost just straight up OHKOs this Rotom Wash. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. It's gorgeous. Alright. We're going to stay in here. He does outspeed. So he may try to... I don't know. Oh, yeah, he's going to switch. Okay. I was just thinking, like, who's he going to switch into? But he does have the Tentacruel. He's actually going to switch into his Frogger, the Politoed. Maybe predicting me to switch out. But I don't really have any reason to do that. He's going to get the rain up, but this is going to hurt. Oh my god, that does so much damage. Oh, that's a crit. Okay, that has to be specially defensive Politoed. No doubt in my mind, specially defensive Politoed. Because that would have done more than that. And even still, I still think it's a 3-8 KO. I don't think another Giga Drain is going to kill. But we're going to try. We do outspeed. And no, he barely survives. Alright, I definitely need to get rocks up. That needs to be a priority right now, because he's going to Ice Beam me and we're going to die, by the way. Poor Flygon. He put in some serious work, though. He got Politoed and Rotom all the way down into the red. And almost just straight up OHKO'd without a crit. Rotom Wash. That's amazing. But getting rocks up kind of needs to be an important thing right now, because if he's going to switch out the Politoed and switch and keep the Rotom Wash on the bench, if we have the Stealth Rocks up, then those things are as good as dead as soon as they come in, so that will just be fantastic for me. That'll be 2 Pokemon gone, thanks to Flygon. Oh, yes, alright. One thing I also need to keep in mind is that he does have that Azumarill, and that thing is just going to destroy my team with the Aqua Jet. So I'm a little bit afraid of that, especially if it's like a belly drum set. If it's choice band, that could also be a problem because it's going to deal so much damage. The only thing I had to deal with that, it literally just destroys my entire team except for Torterra. And I know from previous experience that I can actually take on Azumarill if it's choice banded as long as it doesn't have Ice Punch. So I can take a Waterfall and a Play Rough, surprisingly, from a choice band Azumarill. Not by much, but I can. So we're going to go in here, go for the Sludge Wave. He's going to protect the Scout to see what we're going to do. And, yeah, that's that. So, really wish I had T-Bolt at this point. Or if I was Life Orb, I could switch up moves and go for the T-Bolt or the Earth Power. Because I know the Tentacruel's coming in. It is definitely coming in here, but we're staying in to go for the Sludge Wave anyway. Yep, Squidward, that's definitely Tentacruel. So this is going to do absolutely nothing. This might be especially defensive Tentacruel. I don't know. A lot of them tend to run bold nature with some physical investment as far as defense goes. I need to switch out here because staying in against this thing is not going to do me any good. It's just going to get rid of my Scarfer for no reason. He's going to go for the Scald. He definitely is. He's got the rain behind him, so it's going to pack quite a punch even though he's most likely uninvested. So that is unfortunate. I guess we can go into Claydol. I really don't have any other switches, and Claydol is my specially defensive wall. So we're going to go into it. It may just be a 2-hit KO here. I don't know. But we're going to find out together. Oh, Claydol, you beast. You beast, Claydol. That does not even get into 2-hit KO range, even with the rain. That is insane. Imagine how much damage that would do if it was not raining. With the lefties, that's definitely not going to be a KO next turn. And he could have the Rapid Spin. In fact, he likely does have the Rapid Spin. But we're going to make him... we're going to put him in a position here that he's not going to like. So we're going to go for the Stealth Rocks. He could very easily Rapid Spin them away the next turn, but we're going to get Lefty's recovery. He was not going to be able to take us out with a Rapid Spin. That's for sure. And it's just going to burn rain turns, keep Claydol alive, and I'm going to be able to hit you with an Earthquake. So he's not going to really like that. We're definitely going to go for the Earthquake this turn, like I said. But having those rocks up is really important. Very, very important. I don't see anything that wants to put up rocks on my side of the field, so having Claydol go down as one of my Rapid Spinners is fine. There's the Scald. He opts to just kill us off and leave the rocks. So Politoed and Rotom Wash are in trouble here. They are definitely not doing so good. They're not liking that. Now what? Now what? I don't think I can just come in and Oko this thing with Excadrill. And I'm not about to take that risk of not Okoing it, because if he scalds me and then I get burned and all that stuff, it'll be the end of my life. That'll pretty much be the battle right there. I cannot allow Excadrill to go down until it really gets down to the wire. We're not at that point yet. The problem is that he can just save his Politoed, so if I wanted to bring in Hippowdon at any point and get the Sandstorm up, he can bring in Politoed and sacrifice it and get the rain back up. Because I'm pretty sure the Drought ability activates, I think. I actually don't even know. That would be something to know. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments below. But if it comes in and dies to Stealth Rocks, does the Drizzle take effect? I thought it did, but I could just be completely wrong about that. I mean, I'm honestly just guessing. I don't remember. That would be helpful to know at this point. Anyway, we kind of need to make a decision here. So, with that being said, we're going to go into the Nidoking. And we can scare it out with an Earth Power. He really doesn't have anything on his team that wants to take that except the Rotom Wash. But that's just going to die coming back in. And the Earth Power does over half. He's going to Scald, so that is a dead Nidoking. We had to get damage on this somehow. That may be specially defensive. So I may have been able to kill it with an Earthquake. So, I don't know. That could have been a bad idea to try to just try to get rid of it with Nidoking there. Because I basically just sacrificed it. Which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But the rocks are still up. And this Tentacruel is running out of time to spin them away. So that's looking good for us, definitely. Definitely. Now, I'm faced with yet another decision. I'm at such a disadvantage here. I don't like this. We're going to go in with the Excadrill, though. It should be a KO now. If he wants to save this Tentacruel, he can. Oh my god, it's 6-3! He's got all of his Pokemon! I really need to make a huge comeback right now. Huge comeback. In comes the Rotom Wash. He's going to fodder it. It will die to the Stealth Rocks. It looks like just barely. So, not a bad play. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe the Drizzle doesn't take effect, because he died pretty fast. I don't know. In comes Shuriken, which is going to be his Starmie. He's going to take some Stealth Rocks damage. Now this thing could be Specs, it could be Life Orb. If it's Focus Sash, that's even better, because that is broken. And now that I'm thinking about it, I have nothing else to fodder at this point. Nothing else to fodder. I have Excadrill, Hippowdon, and Torterra. And I need all of them. Torterra has to be at almost full health, pretty much, to take on the Azumarill, otherwise I just straight up lose. That is my win condition, so at this point, I have to stay in with Excadrill and EQ this thing. Starmie will outspeed and take me down to my Focus Sash with either Scald, or Surf, or Hydro Pump, one of those three. But I really am not seeing another option. If I switch into Hippowdon, he's just going to kill me. If I switch into Torterra, he's just going to deal a lot of damage. I don't think it'll just kill me, but it'll deal a lot of damage. So I'm in a really bad position here. I'm going to be down to 3 Pokemon and one of them with 1 HP. And I still haven't had an opportunity to bring in Hippowdon and do anything, or get the Sand Up. And having the Sand Up would be great right about now, because it just would, because of Sand Rush. That's what I was trying to think of. If I get the Sand Up, get the Sand Rush going, I can outspeed his entire team with the exception of Azumarill because of that Aqua Jet. Anyway, he goes for the Hydro Pump and he connects on it. I was kind of hoping he was going to miss, but he doesn't. So he's going to take us down to our Focus Sash. Earthquake will finish off this Starmie. So that's a couple of Pokemon down. He's going into the Azumarill here. Oh, because bunnies, why do you do this to me? You torture me. We're down to a 4-3 score now. And I have to switch out. I cannot allow Excadrill to go down here. The problem is, what do I go into? I guess we're going into Torterra because that's really the only thing I can do. Aqua Jet's going to do a lot to Hippowdon. And I can't afford to waste any HP. So there's the Aqua Jet. That doesn't do too much. And we get an okay amount back with the lefties. So we're still in good shape here. Now right now, we'll see if he's Choice Banded or not. If he switches, he's Choice Banded. If he stays in and tries to kill me with either an Ice Punch or a Play Rough, he is Belly Drum. But he's going to switch into Frogger, and he's going to die due to the Stealth Rocks, and okay, so no Drizzle. No Drizzle is activated, so I guess I could have brought in Hippowdon a long time ago, although I really didn't have an opportunity to. I was thinking about it, but there really wasn't anything that would have allowed Hippowdon to survive more than a turn, because of all these water types running around and the Hydro Pumps and all that stuff. The Scalds, not cool. In comes Sylveon, which is actually a Vaporeon, so I see what you did there. That's pretty clever. He's definitely going to go for the Ice Beam. We have to switch. This Atlas has to survive to take on that Azumarill, so we're going to go into Hippowdon. And we're going to take that kind of sort of okay, I guess. It might do just about half, even though I'm completely... Oh, he's not going to go for the Ice Beam. Okay, he's going to go for the Acid Armor. Well, that's not cool. Thankfully, I do have Whirlwind on this Hippowdon, so we can go for that, Whirlwind him out, rack up some Stealth Rocks damage, and yeah, we can't have him having those boosts because I'll never be able to kill him. He's going to go for the Scald here, and that's going to be super effective. That doesn't even do half because Hippowdon is so chunky. I mean, bulky. That too. In comes the Azumarill. It's going to take rocks damage, which is great. And there's the Sandstorm. So he's getting buffeted all over the place, just little baby amounts of HP. And I'm guessing another Aqua Jet is coming. I don't know. Or maybe, no, Waterfall probably. Probably just kill me with a Waterfall because he outspeeds. He doesn't need to go for Aqua Jet. And at this point, I guess Hippowdon just has to go down. Because I can't switch in Excadrill and have him die, so I can't have Torterra coming in because then he can't take another attack. And there's the Waterfall. Hippowdon goes down, so at least we were able to Whirlwind that Vaporeon out. We can't let it come in and get another boost of Acid Armor, or I just flat out lose because I have no way to deal with it now. So I guess we can switch in the Excadrill because he's definitely Choice Banded. We're going to outspeed. He cannot go for Aqua Jet. He's going to switch out. So I guess I could Swords Dance, but I mean, I guess that's kind of pointless too. We're going to go for the EQ. He's going to switch in Squidward. So I guess he's had enough of Tentacruel. He doesn't really need it for anything. So it's going to go down to this EQ. And we are down to 2 Pokemon apiece. This is coming down to the wire. I cannot believe how close this match is, considering he has a type advantage on every single one of my Pokemon. Kind of crazy to me. In comes Sylveon the Vaporeon, which, that just throws me off. I keep thinking it's going to be a Sylveon when it comes out here. At this point, I pretty much have to, let's see, I have to EQ it. I have to EQ it. He's probably got some physical defensive investment. That does a lot. Oh, it's a crit. He survives, though. He's going to go for the Scald. That is a dead Excadrill. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this out. Hopefully he only has Scald. If he has Ice Beam, we lose. There is the Sandstorm damage. It's not enough to take out this Vaporeon. He's going to get his Lefty's recovery. And this is just a bad time. He's going to outspeed Torterra, too, because Torterra is slow as balls. His base speed is, what is it, like 58, 56? I don't even know. It's absolutely terrible, though. So in comes the Torterra. He's almost at full health. We're going to have to take 2 hits here. We're going to have to take a Scald. I mean, if he has Ice Beam, it's just flat out over. But he does not. He has the Scald. No burn. No burn. All right, no burn. Goes for the EQ. That is a dead Sylveon. So it's 1-1 now. Oh, all right. The Azumarill is coming in. I don't know if we can survive from that range. We are completely physically defensive, though. So I think there's a chance that we can survive this. He's going to come in with the Azumarill here. That's his last Pokemon. He's definitely going for the Play Rough. Without a doubt in my mind, that's what he's going for, unless he has the Ice Punch. If he has that, we lose. No, it's the Play Rough. Let's see. And Atlas coming through. He survives. What? There's the Wood Hammer. Azumarill goes down, and somehow pulling it out of our rear end as we go down to the recoil there. That was just an absolutely incredible match. But we do get the win because his Azumarill fainted before our Torterra did. We win with a score of 0-0. Absolutely incredible. I have no idea how I won that. I really feel like I just pulled that out of my rear end because, I mean, it was a mono-type battle and I had ground and he had water. Very strange. Very strange, but I'm super excited right now. Great match, Darian. Very back and forth. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did enjoy it because it does help out a lot. I want to thank you all for watching as always, and I will see you for the next battle. But until then, game on.